So it'll just be recording me. Welcome to Debbie and Kathy, I think it's getting in. Let's double check. Make sure she's making it. I think everybody's in. Great. All right. So good morning. This is yoga. My name is Nicole. We're going to start with some hip circles today. Slowly loosening up. And keeping a little bend in our knees to protect the knees and help warm up the knees and legs. And then let's go back the other way. Oh, and to let you all know, I have posted about a dozen more classes on YouTube so that when I'm gone in September, there are plenty of classes to choose from. Okay, let's bring it back to the middle. Take a bend in the knees and reach up. Nice big breath in. And then let the arms go down. We're going to do it again. Bend the knees, reach up, stretch. And let the arms come down. Go ahead and do that one more time. Breathe in and stretch. And on the exhale, let's bend forwards halfway and stretch the head forwards, kind of pressing against the legs lightly. And then bend the knees and come up. We'll do that again. Exhale, bend. Reach the head forward. This time, if you want to go a little lower, go ahead. And then arms out to the sides, straight back, come up, and breathe in. Let's bring the hands to the heart center and do some breathing exercise in bellows breath. Let the elbows come up, open up the chest. And then you can lean the head back a little and breathe out. Again, take a breath in. Open up the chest, big breath. And then the bellows, express all the air. And bring the belly in and up. And one more, big breath in. And exhale. Let the arms come down. We're going to swing them forward and back. And then we'll go up on our toes. See if we can lift up, maybe hold on to something if it's tricky, or just go up and down. And then bring the arms down and through and up in the back and hold them up there. Working the triceps. And let's swing them again. We'll do the same thing one more time. So back and forth. Nice loosening in the shoulders. And then we'll lift up in the front, stretch up. Come up on the pad of the foot. Toes too. And then bring it down. Up in the back, palms are up, and release. Nice, and shake it out. Okay, we're gonna sway our arms around. You can even flop them if you like that. And sort of lift the opposite heel from the direction that you're going. That gives the foot a little bit of work too, and a little twist. And then back to the center. Let's do some shoulder rolls next. Nice big rolls. Switching to forwards. Switching to backwards. Bring them in really far into the neck. And then forwards. And down. Whoo, baby. All right, shake it out. Okay, let's go ahead and do some sun salutations today. Lifting the arms up, stretch, then forwards into Uttanasana, so coming down as far as you can, keeping a little bend in the knee. Come up to flat back like we did before. And then back, forward fold. Step back with the right foot. Plant the right hand next to the left and swoop the left arm up to the left side. Spread the fingers out. Maybe press the right heel back and down a little. Enjoy this nice twist. And then return the hand to mat, step into plank. Breathe in. And then slowly lower down, keeping those elbows in. Touch the knees and the chest in Chaturanga. And then swoop up into a low or a high cobra. Or even up dog if you lift the knees off the floor. Breathe here. Nice big breaths today. Full breathing through the nose as much as we can. Now let's turn the toes under, and on your next exhale, press back into downward facing dog and walk the dog. So let's roll through those feet. And then we're going to press our hips back and up, lowering the shoulders. Breathe here. And then we'll step or jump up to our hands, hang in a forward fold. Come back up to a flat back. And then exhale into forward fold. Reverse swan, come up. Reach up nice and high.
Tip out.
Then, oh, I didn't mute you. And then bring the hands to the heart center.
I mean, I don't know.
And let's do a couple breaths in mountain pose. So this version of mountain pose, or you can bring your hands down. I'm going to see if there's anyone else trying to get in. Yes, there is. And I will mute everyone. Okay, so breathe here in mountain. And one more breath. And let's let the arms come down. Shake them out a little. We're going to turn our heads from side to side. And you can do this as slowly or as quickly as you like. Just whatever feels good to your neck. And then we'll bring our heads back to the center and nod up and down. And then take our chins to our chest, kind of tuck the chin in and feel a nice stretch in the back of the neck. And let's roll our head slowly over to the left, so ear towards shoulder. Slowly back to the center and over to the right. Stretch the side of the neck once you get there. Back down to the center and up. And let's lift our arms up. Weave the fingers together and stretch upwards. Maybe get a little bend in the back. And then bring the arms down. Step the feet apart a little. Reach behind the back. Weave the fingers together. And press the knuckles down. So opening up the chest. And then we'll fold forwards just as far as it's comfortable for you. So letting the upper body. Come down with gravity and letting the arms float up and maybe even over. And slowly return back up. Bring the arms up. And then let the arms come down. Let's do the other side of our sun salutation. Reach up. Come down again into forward fold. This time step back with the left foot. And twist up to the right. And let's spread the fingers out. Let's reach with our left heel towards the floor. And then bring the hand back and step into our plank. Nice big breath here. And then when we exhale, let's bend the elbows, keeping them close. Come down, knees and chest. And then swoop up into a cobra or up dog. And then rock back, pressing yourself into downward facing dog and walk the dog again. Rolling through the feet, getting the feet all nice and warmed up. And then stretch into your downward facing dog, reaching back with the hips, lowering the chest, letting the head hang down, so if that's appropriate for you. And then modify into maybe all fours instead, or balasana, child's pose. Let's step or jump up to our hands now. Hanging forward fold. Come up to a flat back, reaching forwards with the head. And then back down to forward fold, and then we'll swoop the arms out and come all the way up, reaching nice and high. And then bringing the hands to the heart center for another couple breaths in our mountain pose. Either hands here at the heart center, or you can just lift the arms, be down at your side, draw the shoulder blades in. Close the eyes if you can and breathe. All right, now let's swoop the arms up. And we're going to come down onto all fours so we can come forwards into Uttanasana, forward fold. Put the hands on the floor and step back into a downward facing dog, and then bring the knees to the floor. So however you are able to do that, if you want to skip the down dogs, that's fine. Spread the fingers out. Let's have our hands connecting well to the mat, and take a breath in, reach the head forwards, hips back. And then exhale, we want to draw the belly up in towards the spine as we curve upwards. And go back and forth between those at your own pace. And we'll do 5 or 6 more. So this is a good opportunity to listen to your own breath, breathing in as you stretch the head and tail away from each other. Exhale as you curve up. Nice deep breaths. And doing these poses at your own pace with your own breath. And back to the center. Let's send our hips back and down into child's pose and slide the hands forward, bringing the chest lower. If your head comes forwards, you can either place your forehead on the floor, or you can bring the hands back and make a little tower to rest your forehead on. Whatever works best for your body, go ahead and do that. We're stretching the low back nice and gently, and then we're going to turn it into a little bit of a twist to each side. So let's take our hands now over to the right, just about a foot to the side or so, maybe a little more. You can stack your left hand on top of the right if you want to try that. The idea is to kind of twist through the spine by bringing the chest, arms, shoulders over to the right and relaxing to let the stretch happen slowly and gently. And we'll come back to the center, take a nice deep breath in, and switch over to the other side. So now let's reach to the left. The right hand might come on top of the left hand if you want to try that way, either that or just straight out. And the chest is trying to twist around to the side like the arms are. You breathe. Try to relax here in the pose. And then back to the center. Slowly draw the arms back and get back on to all fours. We're going to take our right leg back and send our left arm forwards and then lift the right leg. So we're working our balance, building strength and stretching by reaching with the hand and foot. And then we'll bring those limbs down and switch to the other ones. So left leg back, right arm forwards, lift the left leg, stretch the hand and foot away, and breathe. And then bring the hands back. Let's sit back now on our heels. Take our left arm up, bend at the elbow, and we'll do a nice shoulder stretch. So you can either bring your right hand to the left elbow, wiggle the arm around, so use that right hand as a guide. Lift the head still above the body, or you can reach the arm behind and reach for the fingertips of each hand. Maybe hook them together and breathe. Both of these are good. Do which one you like. Nice, calm and full breathing. And then we'll release this side and take the right arm up. Bend at the elbow. Bring the left hand up to the right elbow. Make your adjustments. And if the head has gone forwards, bring it back so that the spine is aligned all the way up through the neck. And if you choose, go ahead and swoop the left arm around. Have the hands reaching for each other. Breathing as we go. Making that nice breathy sound in Ujjayi breathing can be helpful. So if you want to practice it, you just tighten a little bit in the upper part of the throat and breathing through the nose. You can probably make that nice sound. You can listen for it throughout the practice. Let's slowly let go of our arms. Take the arms behind us again so we can open up the chest. So weave those fingers behind and stretch the hands away. I'll turn sideways. Just like we did before when we were folding forwards. And now bring the hands back. We're going back onto all fours, just enough time to come down on our elbows. So our elbows are under the shoulders. And we're going to practice our dolphin this morning. So let's turn our toes under and lift the hips up and let the chest sink between the shoulders and bring the head down towards the floor. A nice dolphin. Then we'll bring the knees down and come up. So slide the hands back, come up on the knees. We'll do a little bending as a upper body and upper legs plank. Just leaning back. So this is an exhale and then coming back up. So let's do 4 of those. Knees are about hip distance apart. Breathe in. On the exhale, lean back. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lean back just as far as you can comfortably. And inhale, come back up. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, come back up. And now the last one. Back. And up. All right. So now let's sit back on our heels again. And we'll do a neck stretch. So let's take our left arm and lay the forearm up on top of the head, lift the crown of the head up, and tip to the side. Oh, and then we can bring our other hand up to the shoulder and draw it down a little farther if possible. If that feels good, to take the stretch out into the shoulder. And then bring the head slowly back up and switch to the other side. So the arm is just lightly on top. Lift the crown of the head, making room in the neck between vertebrae. Tip to the side. And bring the left hand up and draw that left shoulder downward. Take a nice full, deep breath. And then we'll slowly bring the head back up. Nice. Let's take a breath in. Reaching up. Bring the hands down to the heart center. Take one more breath here. And we'll come back up on our knees and bring our left foot forwards. So you can hold on to the thigh at the knee or at the hips. And sink slowly into a low lunge. Draw the belly in and upwards and keep the upper body above the hips. If you want to, you can take your arms up above the head in line with the ears and look up. So this would be a lower version of our Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. And then we'll come back with the hips, straighten that front leg, and draw the toes back towards us. We might feel a hamstring stretch already doing that. But if you want a little more, tip forwards from the hips until you feel a nice stretch along the back of the leg. So do just as much as is right for your body. And breathe. Try to keep the low back straight. So make sure you're tipping that pelvic floor back enough to do that. And then bring the left foot back to so the left knee is back with the right one, and then step the right foot forwards and sink into the low lunge here. So it is a little bit of a balance exercise to get those legs forwards. If you need to bend forwards and hold onto the floor or piece of furniture, that's okay too. Modify whenever you need to. And sink slowly down into the lunge on this side. Drawing the belly in and upwards as you sink the hips downwards. If you want, take the arms up into our lower version of Virabhadrasana 1. And look part way up or all the way up, if that's appropriate. And then let's bring the hips back, straighten the front leg, draw the toes towards the body, and then tip slightly forwards if you need to feel a hamstring stretch. And then bring that leg back. So drag or swoop it back. And then we're going to come down onto the floor. So first, let's come down to all fours. We'll do a nice stretch with our leg, which targets the IT band of the thigh. So let's take our left foot leg back and swoop it over to the right side. And then curve our body towards that foot. And you can look at the left foot on the right side as you twist around, nice C-shaped pose, nice C curve here. So hopefully you feel that along the thigh, the top right side. If not, just make a little adjustment, see if you can find it. You can also feel a nice stretch all along the left side of the body, and the hip. And then back to the center, and we'll go to the other side. Right leg back, swoop over to the left, curve to the left. And now's a good time to practice listening to your Ujjayi breathing. Doesn't have to be loud, but it's nice if you can hear it yourself. Then let's bring the leg back to the center, and we'll walk our hands forwards, come down onto our elbows out in front, and then walk the knees back. So a nice gentle way to get into our cobra. So the elbows are underneath the shoulders. And we're going to breathe in and lift upwards. so that we can stretch, feel a nice stretch way down in the base of the spine. And then exhale, draw the chest forward. Inhale, we want to lift slightly, so we're elongating the spine and drawing upwards from the tailbone area. Exhaling, reaching the torso forwards, and then let's come all the way down. Ah, nice. Breathe, relax. We're going to be relaxing through our thigh stretch. So reach the right hand back for the right foot and draw it in towards the buttocks. Slowly bringing it in closer. If this doesn't produce a lot of stretch for you, you can press the right hip in towards the mat, and that may intensify the stretch a little more for you. And just breathe, stretching that thigh. Close the eyes if you want, relax your facial muscles. And then we'll release the right leg, turn our head to the left, reach back for the left foot and draw it in and breathe. And just like the other side, relax the facial muscles. Focus on the breath. And then release the left foot, come back to the center, stretch the arms out in front, and we'll do a little bit of locust pose work. So we're going to reach our right arm and our left leg upwards off the floor a little bit. And then return those limbs and switch to the other ones. Left arm, right leg. And then come back down to the floor. Again, the right arm, left leg. Continue breathing through this exercise. And now the left arm and the right leg. And bring it down. And today we're going to try to reach for both of our feet at once. So bend the knees. See if you can touch the heels. Maybe you can grab onto the feet. And if you can grab onto the feet or the ankles, see if you can lift up the thighs off the floor. Maybe bring the chest up higher into a bow. So just do whichever version you can. Breathe. And some people like to rock their bow forward and back. And then we'll release that and come back up to all fours. Sink, separate the knees first. We're going to sink into a toad. Right now we're a frog. Knees out to the side. Big toes together. Sink the hips back. So we're going to be feeling a little bit of upper inner thigh or groin stretch. And then bend the elbows, bring them down to the ground. Bring the hands together, maybe the elbows go out farther. And gradually we're bringing our chest lower towards the floor. It doesn't ever have to reach, but it's just on its way, keeping the back extended forwards. And maybe you can bring your head down to your hands, but if not, again, you can make a little tower, just like in our child's pose. And rest your chin on that little dip in the hand. Or you can lay your chest on the floor if you're feeling flexible today. And slowly we'll come back up. Bring the knees together. Go on to one hip. And we're going to come onto our backs. So bend the legs and feet are flat on the floor. And lower your upper body down onto the floor. Arms are at our sides. We're going to start off here doing a counter pose, which is bringing the hips up off the floor into a half bridge, wriggling the shoulders under and lifting the hips, using the muscles in the back of the legs. And bring those hips up as high as you comfortably can and breathing the whole time. So if the breathing isn't super relaxed, then you might want to make the pose a little bit easier for yourself at first. And then we'll slowly roll our spine back down onto the ground and bring the knees in towards the chest. Breathe here, stretching the low back, bring the hips more flexible. And then we'll reach up with our legs and our hands and arms. We're going to fold the feet and hands forward and back, flexing and pointing. So you can keep your arms up off the floor, or if you need to modify today, you can bring your elbows down and have a little bit more relaxing time of it. It's up to you. And then next we'll draw the hands and feet back towards the body. So flex and then point forwards and hold that. Curving the feet, stretching the wrists and ankles, tops of feet, back of hands. Flex again and hold. And then forwards again. And then let's make circles. And then go the other way. And then stop. And this time let's do egg beater style. So we're going to do the right side, then the left side. Right, left, right, left. We'll do that several more times, then we'll switch the direction. Okay, now let's change the egg beaters to go the other way. And then let's bring the knees into the chest. Place the feet on the floor, arms out to the sides, and now we'll do our windshield wipers. Take the knees left and the head to the right. We'll go slowly at first. And wait here. And then bring the knees back to the center and over to the right. Turn the head to the left. 2 breaths here about. And then we'll bring the knees back to the center and the head, and we'll go from side to side, left, center, right, center, and the head can go the opposite. Center, right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center, right, center. Let's do one more each side, left and right, and bring the legs back in. So let's take our knees out to the sides into butterfly. Bring the outer edges of the feet together and let the rest of the soles of the feet open like a book towards the sky. And now focus on the breath. So you can move your arms if you'd rather have them somewhere else. If you really want to help yourself pay attention to your breath, you can lay your hands on the bottom portion of your rib cage. And take nice, slow, and deep breaths. Notice yourself stretching out the rib cage, stretching those intercostal muscles between each rib. Bringing the air down lower so that it feels like it's filling up part of the belly. And with the eyes closed, listen to what's happening in your environment. And then see if you can not pay attention to that. Just breathe. And then let's bring our knees back together. Stretch our left leg out. And bring the right knee in towards the chest. And then take it a little farther out so that it's going out towards the shoulder. Oops. Sorry for the noise. And then bring it back to the center. And then stretch the leg up. So we'll get another hamstring stretch and draw the leg slowly back towards the body if you can stretch a little more comfortably. I mean, if you can stretch comfortably a little bit deeper. And hold that stretch there for another breath. And then we'll let the leg come slowly down. You can feel your abs working, so we're building our core muscles. And then when the foot gets almost to the floor, let's make an infinity sign or a bow, side to side, circling. So we can keep our leg kind of low and we're really working the core and doing this activity. And now reverse the direction. And then we'll let our foot rest on the floor and take a nice full body stretch. Reaching, stretching, and then bring the arms back to the sides. Now let's bend that left knee again, scooch the hips a little to that side, and take the knee across the body. So if you're on the opposite leg, that's fine. And then stretch the left arm out to the side, turn the head to the left, and that left knee is still just slowly making its way closer towards the floor. Maybe you want to keep it at one place for a little while and let it stretch there. And then look out beyond the left hand and imagine yourself looking far, far away through beautiful, lush green valleys. Your gaze is following a river and it's meandering and rolling over rocks. And it's making white rapids, and then it's calm pools with fish. And down the water rolls towards the ocean. And then when it comes to the ocean, it opens up into a nice area of sand, enters the sea, and then the eyes follow the sea all the way to the horizon. The colors are starting to change to pinks and yellows and orange as the sun comes lower and peaks behind a cloud just before setting into the water. Now slowly roll back to the center. Bend the right knee, scooch the hips into the middle. Let's go up into another half bridge in between the two sides of our spinal twist. Lifting the hips up, you can have your palms lightly pressing into the floor. You can weave the fingers together, and that might help you wriggle the shoulders under and come up a little higher. And then we'll slowly roll back down onto the floor. This time, stretch the left leg out, bring the right knee in. So if you were doing the opposite before, just continue so that it makes sense for you. Bring the chest in. Breathe. And we'll take the knee out towards the shoulder, still reaching gently towards the floor. And then we'll bring the knee back into the center, extend the right leg. So we can have a little bend in the knee, that's fine. And then bring the leg closer if you want a little deeper stretch. And breathe. Nice calm, Ujjayi breathing. And we'll release our right leg, let it slowly go down towards the ground. Notice your core muscles engaging. Lower. And then when the heel gets close to the floor, begin those infinity signs again. And breathing. Reverse the direction. And then go ahead and place the heel on the ground. And let's do another full body stretch. Really reaching out with the ribs. Exhale, bring the arms to the sides. Let's bend our right knee again. Next to the left. We're going to reach our right arm way out the shoulder and arms sink downward. Turn the head towards the right. Close the eyes. Wiggle the toes and fingers a little bit. Release that. Allow your body to sink. Relax the muscles around the top of the head. Our eyes are closed and we're relaxing those places we don't normally think about. At the back of the head where we're touching the floor, the temples. And release the muscles of the forehead. Soften there and the eyebrow area. The eyes, the eyelids and the outer corners of the eyes. and through to the nose, across the bridge of the nose. So if you are a funny scrunching nose person, you just relax those muscles. The cheeks, area around the nostrils and the upper lip, the lower lip, the outer corners of the mouth, the jaw. Breathe nice, full and slow, dry breath. Imagine that you're lying on a soft towel on a beautiful, pristine beach, listening to the waves. As you stretch, the waves lap into the shore, and your body relaxes a little bit more. And let's roll back to the center. Bend the left knee, bring the hips into the middle, reach between the knees and grab onto the big toes. And let's go up into a happy baby and rock side to side. You can play around with your happy baby, reaching one foot up. Maybe you want to roll the outer leg all the way to the floor on each side. So enjoy your happy baby. Feel the nice stretch in the legs, back. And then let's just come to the middle and reach those legs out. So maybe you want to straighten the legs. Maybe that would feel good. Maybe you want to widen the leg stretch. Breathe. Then bring the legs back to the center. Place the feet on the floor and stretch the legs all the way out. Let's do 3 full body stretches, arms up and over, big breath in, reach. Then exhale, bring the arms to the sides. Again, up and over, reach. Exhale, arms to the sides. Last one, up and over. Stretch with the legs too. And exhale, back to the sides. Turn the palms up, roll the shoulder blades inward and the shoulders back and down. Maybe check that your feet aren't way off to one side, and then place the head back on the floor, kind of tuck the chin. Relax the fingers and toes, wiggle them first if you need to really feel them. Let them go. Now practice letting your awarenesses be honored and then relaxing your control of everything and just give up to a nice, relaxing several minutes. Not worrying, just letting thoughts drift away. Letting the body relax, the mind relax, the emotions settle down. And enjoy a beautiful Shavasana. Time to start wiggling your toes and your fingers, bringing your awareness back to our class. And then maybe make some waves with your fingers to loosen up the whole hand. You can stay lying down if you'd like to, or you can move to a comfortable seated position. I'm just in a regular cross-legged. You could also take a foot up on top, up by the hip, if you like half lotus or lotus. And then we'll take our arms up above the head, stretch up. And then exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. And we'll do 3 ohms together. Breathe in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for being here. Namaste. Namaste all around. Hi, honor the light within you. All right, thanks for coming. Yay, good job. And if you want to unmute and visit, you're welcome to do that. I'm going to go ahead and turn off our recording and then go ahead and unmute yourself.